RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Meridian Bank, large enough to serve all your banking needs, small enough to care about you. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. And by the Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust.
Always a competitor for a conference title, but you mentioned East St. Louis, a 52-0 shutout for the Flyers against the Redbirds here at home last season, and I'm sure it's going to be a tough task to go up against them in East St. Louis for the Redbirds this year, but they're just going to take it one game at a time. They're going to take care of Quincy first and then worry about the Flyers when that comes up.
Head coach Joe Hook in his 10th year for the Alton Redbirds. He made the playoffs 6 years in a row, and that string broken last year when they went 3-6. Best year was just 2 years ago in 2006 when they went 8-2. 8-1 in the regular season, then lost in the first round of the playoffs. But Coach Hook now in his 10th year as the head coach. He was an assistant coach for many years even before that, so he's familiar with, of course, things at Alton High and how the football program is run. For Quincy, second-year head coach Rick Little, so he's just getting his feet wet, really, with last year being his first year as the head man.
Right, Coach Little trying to improve upon that 3-6 record for the Blue Devils. He's got some players coming back, the tight end Fairbairn, and you've also got a fullback, Ryan Taylor, who he expects to do some damage for the Blue Devils this season. On the flip side of that, the Redbirds and Joe Hook, you mentioned having a good season, an 8-2 season a couple years ago. A lot of that due to the athletic play of quarterback Kevon Lacey. He left last year. There was kind of a void at that quarterback position. They've got that stabilized now with Devin Williams, who again is an athletic quarterback similar to Lacey, a little bit smaller, but we'll see what he's able to do here. A sophomore starting quarterback, so he's got a lot of time ahead of him, and we'll see if he can't take control of this Redbirds offense and put some points on the scoreboard for him.
And last year they did that in Quincy with that 34-12 victory. Fierro Kelly was the big man last year, about 250 yards rushing. He had 4 long touchdowns, and really the Redbirds, as they always do, like to run the ball with the double wing, double tight, and they ran wild, almost 400 yards rushing in Quincy last year.
Unbelievable yardage on the ground for the Redbirds last year. They don't have Fierro Kelly in the lineup this year. They do return a starting running back, Kenny Jones, who is probably going to get a bulk of the carries the way Fierro did last season. But you should take a look at, we were talking earlier before the game, Brent, the right side of that offensive line, there's a big prospect at right tackle there, Alex Llewellyn, who is going to be creating some huge holes to run behind for these running backs for Alton. We'll be taking a look at that tonight.
And we'll keep you informed on all the coaches who are back and have been really with Coach Hook for all 10 of his seasons, and that includes Dwight Tunget, the defensive coordinator, Al Womack on the defensive line, Steve Slater on the offensive line, Ron Fry, the return coach, also a couple of new coaches at the freshman level, Brad Haug, Dave Copeland, and even Joe Hook Jr. helping out a little bit. Coach Hook's son, who graduated a couple of years ago, and he's now helping with the running backs a little bit too. So a full staff, and they're ready to go. Redbirds in their red jerseys with the gray helmets and the gray pants. And we're about ready to get things started with Quincy and their blue helmets, blue pants. They have the white jerseys with the blue numbers, and it'll be Quincy kicking off to the Alton Redbirds. And again, we'll see what the Redbirds offense can do right off the bat here. They're going to get the football to start the 2008 season, and this is a season for Alton where that rotates, but this year it's 4 home games and 5 road games. So after tonight, only 3 home games left.
Yeah, with an odd number of games in your schedule, you always like that year where you have that extra home game. It's nice to have that extra home game, you know, in the confines of your home stadium. The Redbirds have that extra game away this season. They're going to be missing that extra home game, but it is what it is, and that's just the way the schedule lays out, and just all the more reason to take advantage of those 4 home games they have and try to get 4 W's.
And Quincy will kick things off here as we're ready to go. They tee it up at their own 40. The kick by Josh Weisenberger, number 5, and it's loose on the ground and finally picked up by the Redbirds at about the 25-yard line. Scooped up there And that's where the Redbirds will start things off, as DeMarco Hodges, number 20, fell on the ball at about the 27-yard line. That's where the Redbirds start the 08 season, their own 27, 1st and 10, and we are just underway. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton. 7 o'clock in kickoff time at Public School Stadium. Redbirds and Blue Devils, red against the blue tonight. Game 2 will be Roxana and Freeburg, the Shells home opener, coming up later on. And then the Oilers tomorrow at noon will be on the air too. They're at home for their home opener tonight as well. Redbirds try the right side, couple of yards up over the 30-yard line, the ball carrier, and that is Kenny Jones. We'll mention his name quite a bit. He's a senior, 5'10", 170. Number 33, Kenny Jones, picks up about 3.5 yards. Going the right side, and it'll go the right side quite a bit.
Probably going to see a lot of that motion to the right and sweeps and traps to the right side. It's nice to get that first play out of the way, get that first hit out of the way, settle your nerves down a little bit.
Williams pitches it to Jones, right side again, and he follows his blockers over the 40 to the 41, almost 10 yards, and a 1st and 10 for the Redbirds as they pile drive to the right side once again. And we mentioned the right side. It is handled out there at the tackle position by Alex Llewellyn, 6'5", 285. The right tight end is Stephen Barton. Right guard is Chris Krosno. The center, again this year, Bill Netzhammer. And kind of a small center, but he puts the hammer down. 5'11", 200. And they'll pitch it to Jones again. Right side again, following off tackle to the 50-yard line. Some hard running by Jones to midfield.
Nice cut there by Jones to get the extra 2 or 3 yards at the end of the play there. Starting to get into a bit of a rhythm here, so that's 3 straight runs to the right side. Maybe a play or two here, Coach Hook will switch it up. Maybe see if he can catch the defense off guard. Maybe a counter, inside handoff to the left side to open things up a little bit.
Devin Williams, the quarterback, he wears number 10. That left wing back is Jones. The right wing back is Jacoby Womack, by the way. Fullback, Detrez McElroy. And this time it goes to McElroy, the big fullback, number 2, bulling his way inside the 45 to the 44, and he's going to get about 6 and another 1st and 10.
The way this offense is set up, that fullback is lined up so close to the quarterback. It's an easy 2 or 3 yards up the gut play for the fullback. If he can get a hole, it can even break for a first down sometimes. The downfall of that is he's so close. If the timing is even just a little bit off, you may mishandle the handoff, so you got to watch that.
About 2 minutes into the game, 10-10 to go, first quarter. Williams with the count, puts the man in motion. Womack, and he'll give it, and they'll sweep it to the left side, down to the 39-yard line. The ball carrier, Jacoby Womack, and number 23, 5'9", 160 pounds. Womack, a junior at 5'9", and he has about 5. It's 2nd and 5.
Just like I said, using the inside handoff to run the left side, keeping that defense guessing. They know that Alex Llewellyn is going to create huge holes for the Redbirds on the right side, and they're going to be paying attention to that. So if you can catch that defense off guard, could possibly get a big play for Womack, who's lined up on the right side, who will be carrying it around the left quite a bit.
A defensive timeout here. The Redbirds with some good running here, and I think the defense wants a breather and wants to see if they can stop this run, whether it's to the right or to the left. Redbirds have had good success. We'll take a break. Timeout Quincy on defense. Redbirds down to the Quincy 38-yard line. First quarter, no score. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Do you want to earn interest and still have easy access to your money? Meridian Bank offers 4 interest-bearing accounts: Money Market, Meridian Star, Now Account, and Super Now Account. Choose the account that fits your financial needs. Rates vary based on the account and balance. Stop by and ask for details. The smart way to financial success is at Meridian Bank on West 3rd Street in downtown Alton. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lenders.
What do I have to do to sell you a car today?
Stop by Roberts Motors in Alton, Illinois.
With Trevor Shaw, Brent Birkeland back with you here, live on Z1570, Alton Redbirds home opener. Shells and Oilers opening at home tonight, too, and Roxana and Wood River. You'll hear those games throughout the weekend. As a matter of fact, tonight, later on, it's Freeburg at Roxana here on the Big Z. So tune in for that. Stay tuned for that. The Oilers tomorrow, their game against Mascoutah. And here's a inside handoff to Womack. Down to the 35-yard line goes number 23. Womack, a junior, and he makes it third and short, third and about 1.
Yeah, another run around the left side for Womack. Won't be surprised now if we get back going to the right side. Make sure they get that first down and give the ball to Jones behind Llewellyn. Maybe a dive to the fullback up the middle. We talked about how it's pretty convenient to get an easy 1 or 2 yards with the fullback lined up so close to the line of scrimmage. And you've got your veteran center Netzhammer in there that can definitely create a hole.
3rd and 1, may give it to the fullback here, and the quarterback runs into McElroy, but they get the handoff to him, and the fullback has it, and it looked like a late bobble, and the ball was on the turf, but it was after McElroy was down. The fullback down to the 32. That's a 1st and 10 again.
McElroy trying to stretch out and get those extra 2 yards to guarantee the first down, and nearly lost control of the ball on that one. You got to be careful. You got to know your where your position is on the field. Once you cross that line where you got the first down, just tuck it and I don't want to say go down, just tuck it and let the defense do the rest.
3rd and 1, just a dive, and that'll get you a yard, but he gets 3 yards. Now they'll sweep it to Jones to the near side over the 30, 25, down to the 24-yard line. A gain of 8 as Jones stretches the field here to the near side.
Jones outrunning his blockers a little bit there. Womack was out lead blocking on the sweep, and he just got ahead of him and probably could have got another 5 to 7 yards had he stayed behind Womack and let him take care of the blocking for him.
So now to the 24-yard line. 8 minutes to go first quarter. 4 minutes into the home opener. Alton driving on the Quincy defense. Devin Williams puts a man in motion. He's back to throw, looking over the middle, and he floats one near the end zone, tipped around, and it got tipped to a Redbird. Touchdown! Stephen Barton got it on the tip, tipped by Jacoby Womack, and Barton has 6.
What a play there. Play action pass for Williams. Womack runs a wheel route up the sideline. Had a zone open there right on the corner where the pylon's at. Williams trying to hit him, but the defense tipped it, and Barton with just a heads-up play able to pull it in before it hits the ground, and the Redbirds have their first touchdown of the season.
Well, 2 receivers in the area, and the big tight end, 6'5" senior, scores from 24 yards out. Williams to Barton, 6-0, with 7:52 to go, and now the Redbirds will try to tack on the extra point. Williams, the quarterback, will hold it, and the kick is up. And it is good. David Willings, the junior, 6'3" kicker, boots it through. 7-0 Redbirds on the touchdown pass. First pass of 08 goes for 6. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
As a woman, you know that a little pampering and a great new color in your toes adds confidence to your step. And for about the same cost as a monthly pedicure, you can protect yourself with life insurance from State Farm. I'm Tom Lane, and as your neighborhood agent, I can discuss the many ways to help protect your family's future with a proper life insurance program that suits your needs. So for confidence that goes beyond your toes, contact me at 377-8912 or online at tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I transferred both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville. We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Redbirds score on their first drive of 2008 as they got the ball at about their own 26-yard line, drove it right down the field, all of it running plays until a 24-yard touchdown pass that was deflected, tipped if you will. Womack to Barton, I guess we'll call it. And Barton with the touchdown. Now the kick by Willings down to the 10-yard line, and Quincy will return it out over the 20. But there's Kenny Jones, number 33, to knock down the return man. Jones, the senior, with the tackle.
R.J. Rudd, the return man that time for the Blue Devils, trying to make some extra room there before the contact, but couldn't quite get all the way to the 20, it doesn't look like. Or maybe, he did, I'm sorry. The 22 is where they're going to take over.
1st and 10 for Quincy, and now the Redbirds on defense. Middle linebacker Andre Howard right in the middle of that defense. Outside backers Matt Douglas and Kyle Bradshaw. And the handoff goes right up the middle. Big hole there, and all of a sudden the fullback breaks into the clear to the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, 10, touchdown. 82 yards for number 44 on his first carry of the year and of the night. 44 is Ryan Taylor, the fullback, back this year and back in a big way for 6 points.
Huge run there for the Blue Devils. First play from scrimmage, 82 yards right up the middle. The defense looked like they didn't know what was going on. There was a fake pitch to the outside. Then they thought the quarterback had it. And before they knew what was going on, Taylor was 10 yards past the entire defense for his first 6 of the season.
And now Quincy will try to tack on the extra point. Freshman White will try to boot it through. He wears number 6, and Quincy with 7:34 to go. First quarter, trying to tie the game up at 7-7. The kick off the left upright and no good. Left upright, and it bounces back into the end zone, so no good. 7-6. Alton now our score in the first quarter. 7:34 to go, and just like that, the Redbirds driving down the field, picking up some good chunks of yards, but nothing like the yardage there, Trevor.
Not at all. 82 yards for the first play on the offense for Quincy. That's a huge momentum gain for them, for the offense in particular, knowing that they have the confidence now. They manhandled the line on that play, allowing an 82, not just a sweep or a count or something that gets the defense off balance. They just ran it right at them and made them pay. And the only thing you can think of now is the Quincy defense is thinking, wow, you guys couldn't have made that last 2 or 3 plays so we can have a breather over here. But nevertheless, Quincy with an explosive play from the first play from scrimmage, and I'm kind of excited to see what Taylor's going to do the next time he carries the ball.
Big fullback number 44. They list him at 5'10", 200 pounds, back this year, and back in a big way as the quarterback is back this year too. 6'2" senior Matt Vonderhaar, but didn't have much to do except hand it right up the middle on that one to the fullback. Now Quincy will kick it off. 7:34 to go, first quarter, and we have a 7-6 ball game. Here's a low line drive, grabbed at the 20-yard line by number 20, DeMarco Hodges. Brings it up to near the 35, so about a 15-yard return on that line drive kick. Redbirds ball again, 1st and 10, and we'll call it their own 20, or make it 35-yard line.
Good field position this time for the Redbirds, a little bit closer to midfield. The way they like to do things, they're going to be able to run the ball as they do a lot, eat up some time here, and probably try and keep that Quincy offense on the sideline as much as possible.
Redbirds line it up. They're on offense. Quincy back on defense. Just like that. Touchdown apiece. Back to back. Here's a pitch to the right side. And Jones, this time, didn't find much running room. Taylor, number 44, who just scored the touchdown there, along with DJ Powell, number 3, one of the linebackers, and they smothered Jones for no gain.
Jones looked like he may have slipped a little bit trying to make a cut up field. Didn't help things out much either, but the defense is very, very aggressive on that pursuit, able to take Jones down.
5 minutes into the game, and we have a touchdown for each team. Each team with some big offense already. Now we have some jumping at the line. It may have been Barton, the tight end, here on the near side. The Quincy defensive line jumped, but I think Alton first, and it is illegal motion, illegal procedure on the offense. So our first penalty of the year goes on the Redbirds offense. They'll go back to the 30-yard line first, make it 2nd and 15.
Yeah, you practice all summer long. You practice your cadence. You know your quarterback. Jumping off sides is really just a mental error there on the Redbirds O-line. Jarvis Smith now into the game at wide receiver.
Split to the near side here. Number 7, a senior. He lines up near the Alton sidelines. They're going to pitch it to the near side. He's going to block for Kenny Jones. Jones up to the 40. Some more hard running. He's hit after 5 yards, but he'll pick up 5 more to the 40. A 10-yard gain, 3rd and 5.
Nice run there for Jones, able to get back to 5 yards they lost on the penalty. Makes it 3rd and a manageable down here. This way Coach Hook has the option. You can run or pass. You can even probably consider a dive up the middle with your fullback to try and catch the defense off guard. It worked for Quincy for 82 yards, so we'll see what happens here for the Redbirds.
Same setup, double wing, double tight, 2 tight ends, 2 wing backs, and McElroy, the fullback, right behind Williams at quarterback. And now people jumping again, and this time maybe Quincy is off sides, and if they are, that's close to a first down at the 45, but it could be the offense again. Let's see. Well, they're going to talk to all of the linesmen. Referee going and talking to 2 or 3 stripes here. 5:52. And we'll see. It is offsides on Quincy. They must have made contact with the Alton Redbirds offensive line there.
Yeah, in high school football there, they can jump off sides as long as they reset themselves before the snap without making contact. Must have been some contact there.
And with that 5 yards, not an automatic first down. Well, we are going to say right on the marker, so it is 1st and 10. Alton with 5 first downs now, and they're at their own 45-yard line, down to 5:50 to go, first quarter. Back to midfield for the Redbirds.
You almost think that the time the Quincy defense is spinning out there is working against them. These long drives for Alton.
Now they'll run the counter. Womack has it. He'll try the left side. Breaks the tackle over the 50. Down near the 46-yard line is 44. Ryan Walker looked like he had a beat on him, but he broke a tackle with some strong running and some good moves.
Womack there, some, like you said, strong running, broke a couple of tackles, shifty move to get an extra couple of yards, and it's going to be 2nd and short now. Very manageable 2nd down.
2 to go. 8 yards. Over the 50 to the Quincy 47-yard line, and now officials timeout here. And talk things over here, the officials with the Blue Devils defense for just a moment. We're just under 5 minutes to go now, first quarter, and a 7-6 game. Alton leading Quincy. Don't forget Freeburg and Roxana coming up later on tonight.
Jarvis Smith's back into the game at wide out to the near side. Always look for him on a possible play action deep route.
Williams back to pass. He's looking to the near side for Smith. Now he's running. He'll dump it underneath to Jones, who has it, and then he slips down. His feet out from under him, but he has a first down and about 5 yards as Williams made a smart play there, looking downfield and then underneath for a 1st and 10.
Yeah, like you said, smart play there by Williams, going through his progressions. Jarvis Smith, the number 1 option. The deep route wasn't there. He was getting some pressure underneath, rolling to the right side. Found Jones underneath for an easy 5. That's heads-up play there by the young quarterback.
Devin Williams to Kenny Jones there. Jones, the left wing back. Lines up once again, right on that left hip of his left tight end, Drew Yale. Yale, number 82. They'll run to the left. Womack, lots of room up the middle. Good blocking up front, and it looks like another first down inside the 35, all the way down near the 32. And that is Looks like 11 yards on a 1st and 10, and it's another 1st and 10 at the 32.
Womack getting some work done here in the early goings for the Redbirds. What I liked on that play, after the pitch, quarterback Devin Williams helped out with a blocking assignment for one of the linemen, taking one of the ends completely out of the play, really opening up that hole for Womack, allowing him to get the first down. Nice physical play there by the quarterback.
Another 1st down, and they'll pitch it to Womack again, left side again, and the quarterback helps with some more blocking. Now he breaks a tackle. Womack to the corner, inside the 10, inside the 5, knocked out at about the 3.5-yard line.
Nice play there by Womack. Again, a huge play. Once he got into the open field, into that defensive secondary, he saw an opening to the corner, took it outside. It was just a foot race to the corner, but a couple of those Blue Devils had a good angle and was able to save the touchdown. But it's 1st and goal now for the Redbirds, and they are definitely threatening for another score.
1st and goal at the 3, 29 yards for Womack there. He's up to 57 yards rushing, 5 carries, 40 yards for Jones on 6 carries, and Womack slow to get up, maybe just a little winded. May have had the wind knocked out of him as he flew out of bounds here on the near side at about the 3.5-yard line.
You never know sometimes, too, especially when you're taken down by multiple defenders, that ball might kind of knock the wind out of you as you fall down. But 3 straight runs by Womack. He deserves a quick breather.
And he will come to the bench here on the near side. And taking his place, number 20, DeMarco Hodges, 5'10", 170-pounder. He'll be the right wing back. 1st and goal. Redbirds line it up, leading 7-6. They'll hand it to Jones, and he will walk into the end zone around the right end and untouched to the corner of the end zone. It's 13-6, Alton Redbirds.
Easy touchdown run there for Jones as he went in motion to the right side. It was almost as soon as he handed it off, he saw a wide open green and knew he was getting 6. And we talked about that right side, how strong it is. They secured a touchdown on that one, so the Redbirds looking for their 2nd extra point of the night.
Kenny Jones with his first touchdown of the year, 3-yard touchdown run. And Willings will try to boot it through again with the extra point try with 3:51 to go, first quarter. Kick is good, 14-6. Redbirds lead Quincy Senior High. Back at Public School Stadium in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Hi, I'm Ralph Gent Bowles with today's parenting tip. Working mothers are often forced to eat on the run. You can keep up your energy by eating 5 small meals a day. Include
222, Brian, 222, please.
Like soy milk and orange juice. Opt for whole grains and whole fruits. Seek out portable foods like yogurt, carrot sticks, and string cheese. A plan for busy mothers on the run to keep energy high and save time. This parenting tip is from Gent Funeral Home, celebrating 3 generations of continuous family ownership.
A bank that pays you for getting A's. That's right, Liberty Bank pays students for getting A's in school. Open a student free and easy checking account, and every semester get paid $2 for every A you earn, and $10 for straight A's. Plus, Liberty Bank's free and easy checking has no minimum balance, free debit card with no surcharges at over 32,000 ATMs nationwide, and free online banking. Open to students 16 and older. For details, log on to BankLiberty.com. The only bank in the area paying you for earning A's. Liberty Bank in Alton on Homer Adams and on Godfrey Road. Member FDIC, some restrictions apply.
It's opening night for the 2008 high school football season in Illinois and over in Missouri, too, tonight. The Alton Redbirds with their home opener leading 14-6 over the Quincy Blue Devils. Trevor Shaw and Brent Birkland back with you at Public School Stadium. And Redbirds with 2 possessions. Some more rushing yards, just like last year. Rolling right along here with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns for the Redbirds, 2 lengthy drives. That Quincy defense has been on the field almost this entire first quarter.
Quincy will grab the football on the return and up over the 20, then knocked down at about the 22, 23-yard line is Alex McNay, number 33, the return man.
Nice coverage pursuit there by the Redbirds, a game tackle there to bring the ball carrier down. We'll see what the Quincy offense has. We really didn't see much the first time they had the ball, just quick dive up the middle, and the next thing we knew, they were going for the extra point. And you got to figure the fullback, Ryan Taylor, starting linebacker on defense, he's the guy that busted the 82-yard run. he might want somebody else to carry the ball for the first couple of times just to catch a breather.
Safety, deep man, DeMarco Hodges. They're going to line up tight, though, and see what they can do here. Matt Douglas now, the middle linebacker, 55. They're going to run up the middle again. Taylor again. This time, though, about 1.5 yards. The Redbirds were ready for the run between the tackles.
They were not going to let another big run explode down the field for them. They were, like you said, ready for that one. Having 8 guys in the box, even the cornerbacks looked like they were in a little bit. Just the one guy deep. You mentioned DeMarco Hodges.
The corners, number 30, Chris Mosley in there now, along with 35, Corbin Newquist. And a receiver comes to the near side. They're going to run a reverse, and Drew Yale almost had the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage. He'll turn the corner, though, and up over the 25. McElroy knocks him out of bounds, even though I think he stepped out before that. And I think they're going to mark it closer to the 27-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down on the carry.
McElroy needs to watch out there. If he could possibly get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for taking him down out of bounds like that. Safer just to push him out, make sure he goes out of bounds, and take your chances that way. Quincy trying to convert here with a 3rd and 5.
Shane Kinney with the run there, 5'8" junior, number 34. He gained 4. And it's 3rd down and 5, and Quincy's going to use another timeout. They used one on defense here in the first quarter. Now they use one on offense at 3rd and 5 from their own 27. 2:52 to go in the first period. It's Alton 14, Quincy 6. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When it's time to make a choice about
Do you want to earn interest and still have easy access to your money? Meridian Bank offers 4 interest-bearing accounts: Money Market, Meridian Star, Now Account, and Super Now Account. Choose the account that fits your financial needs. Rates vary based on the account and balance. Stop by and ask for details. The smart way to financial success is at Meridian Bank on West 3rd Street in downtown Alton.
Make Lewis & Clark your first choice. Andy's Auto Body says you may not know how we do it, you probably don't even care, but when your vehicle needs body repair, you will be glad Andy's Auto Body is on the job. Andy's employs ASC and I-CAR certified technicians, and Andy's has the latest state-of-the-art equipment, including a laser measurement system. With this system, it will allow the technicians to restore your vehicle to factory specifications. And when done, you leave Andy's.
Welcome back to the stadium. Timeout for the Quincy Blue Devils. Now we're back and ready to roll at 3rd and 5. Quincy from their own 27. Vonderhaar, the quarterback, back to throw it. Now he's going to run with it. Now he throws it over the middle. Had a man open, but overthrown and just wide left to his big receiver, Nick Dolman, 88, who looked like he had a step there at his own 40-yard line.
Dolman wide open across the middle, and Vonderhaar, good job escaping the pressure. Just couldn't find his man over the field, throwing on the run the way he did. Kind of rolling to the right and throwing across his body. Not able to convert there. And kind of expected a passing situation, 3rd and 5, as the Blue Devils came out in a shotgun. And for the first punt of the night, White is back deep for the Blue Devils.
Redbirds Jarvis Smith back deep to return it. And he's standing at his own 40-yard line. And the Blue Devils will punt it away here as we close in on the end of the first quarter, and he will get away from that short punt, and it'll be downed at about the 46-yard line of the Alton Redbirds. Well, we mentioned on WBGZradio.com, of course, as always, our audio, but you can check out some video, too. The great folks at RiverBender.com. John Hendrick and the crew here tonight with all the cameras going, and if you want to tune in, RiverBender.com. You can check out audio along with some video to see the ball game on your computer. Redbirds have the ball again. Alton leading 14-6. Their 3rd possession, their own 46-yard line, 54 yards away from pay dirt again, and it's Jacoby Womack again. Turns the corner, lots of room inside the 40, 30, knocked out inside the 25-yard line, and Womack running wild again, but a flag back at the 50-yard line, and maybe a blocking penalty, clip, or a hold may be coming here.
Yeah, it's near the line of scrimmage. You gotta figure it's got to be on the offense. Depending on what the penalty is, well, I guess we'll see here in a minute.
Talking to the defense, so Redbirds will come back, even though Jacoby Womack turning the corner, and it seems like Jones from his left wing back running to the right, Womack from his right wing back running to the left, and they've both had a lot of success.
Absolutely, and Womack really a little bit more of a surprise. Jones, a starter in the lineup for the Redbirds last year. You expected him to kind of pick up where he left off, a solid runner. Womack, on the depth chart, but was behind Fierro Kelly and is just having a breakout game here tonight. The way he's running the ball, I mean, he could have 100 yards by halftime. You never know the way he's exploding around that left side.
Holding penalty pushes Alton back to their own 40-yard line. So first down again, 1st and 17 now. The hold was about 3 yards after the line of scrimmage, front of the line of scrimmage, and now some dancing by Jones, and he's still breaking tackles, still on his feet. A tough 6-yard run back to the 46.
Tough run there by Jones coming up the middle, just using his body, spinning, rolling with the hits, and picking up a couple extra 3 or 4 yards to cut that 1st and 17 down to a manageable 2nd and 11. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe here on 2nd down the Coach Hook goes for a pass play, a little play action, or a rollout pass to try and see if he can't get something deep.
5 yards for Jones there. He has 48 yards rushing unofficially. To the 46-yard line, Alton 2nd down and 11. Williams back to pass, rolling to his right, throws it and finds a man, and it's Womack knocked out at the 35. A lot of traffic there, but he threaded the needle to Womack.
I'm not sure how he got that one through there. As soon as he let it go, I was wondering who was going to knock it down, but he found a way to get it in there to Womack, and Womack, great concentration in traffic like that to come up with a grab and pick up the 1st down for the Redbirds. And that rollout pass really allows Williams a little bit of extra space and allows him to read that defense and see what's going on downfield. A good 1st down pass there by the sophomore quarterback.
19 yards and another 1st down, 10th 1st down for the Redbirds in the 1st quarter. They'll hand it up the middle, fullback on the dive. McElroy leaning forward for maybe 2 or 3 on 1st and 10, and he's going to be slow to get up, but now he pops up. Number 2, McElroy, 5'11 junior, 181.
McElroy hopping off a little. I think he may have tweaked an ankle there. It looks like it coming down on it, got twisted underneath him a little bit, but doesn't look to be too severe.
Those fullbacks have the tough yards between the tackles, and McElroy will take a break. 3 yards they give him down to the 32-yard line. And now he will sit down here on the near side on the bench, and referee calling officials timeout quickly here. Referee Greg Eschman tonight and his crew with just 1:20 to go in the 1st quarter, but the Redbirds with touchdown pass, Williams to Barton, and a touchdown run by Jones.
If you would have told me before the game the Redbirds' first touchdown would come through the air, I would have said, there's no way.
No way. 2 touchdowns, and now Womack sweeps the left side again, turns the corner again, 1st down again to the 24-yard line. Goes 23, Jacoby Womack.
A couple of the defenders for Quincy there bid on a bit of a play action. It looked like Williams was faking the handoff around the left side, and a couple of the defenders went with him, allowing Womack to turn that corner and pick up some yardage as he gets yet another 1st down. This guy is a machine.
65 yards for Womack, 48 for Jones. 1-2 combination, the 2 wingbacks running wild in the 1st quarter. And now Williams will hand it off. Straight up the middle it goes, and down inside the red zone to the 16-yard line goes Dominic Robinson, number 22.
Robinson in for the banged up McElroy. As we got 30 seconds left for the quarter here, we'll see if they can get one more play off. But the Redbirds really taking it to Quincy on the ground in this 1st quarter. They're right on pace where they were last year to possibly get near 400 yards of total offense on the ground. between Womack and Jones. They're getting it done.
2nd down and 3, 7 yards there for Robinson. Now the counter goes to Jones inside the 10 to the 8, maybe the 9-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to be 1st and goal. They'll stop the clock to move the chains down to the 8-yard line. And that's a gain of about 6 more. And they'll let the clock run out, and that'll be the end of the first quarter here at Public School Stadium on opening night, home opener for the Redbirds. And after 1 quarter, they lead Quincy 14-6. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Do you want to earn interest and still have easy access to your money? Meridian Bank offers 4 interest-bearing accounts: Money Market, Meridian Star, Now Account, and Super Now Account. Choose the account that fits your financial needs. Rates vary based on the account and balance. Stop by and ask for details. The smart way to financial success is at Meridian Bank on West 3rd Street in downtown Alton. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lenders.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
As a woman,
And out on their second possession, unable to match the Redbirds with the second touchdown, and Quincy's about ready to go down by 2 touchdowns here. They don't want to get too far behind. The way the Redbirds are running the football, they are just, like I said, controlling that time of possession, and Quincy may be limited here. There's times they get to score.
1st and goal from the 8, and the Redbirds will line it up, and we'll see how things go. Inside the 10-yard line and in the red zone for the Redbirds. 12 minutes on the clock as we open the second quarter now. Big crowd here for opening night. Home opener for Alton High. Devin Williams lines the offense up. Man in motion is Womack. He'll get the ball left side, and he tries to turn the corner. Grabbed by the jersey and knocked down at the 5-yard line by Jeff Young, 87. 6'2" junior grabbed him and wouldn't let go.
One of the few times Womack's carried the ball and not gotten a first down tonight. It always gets a little bit harder there inside the red zone, particularly when you get inside the 10. Things are a little more jammed together, harder to create seams and gaps to find a place to get through. We'll see what the Redbirds do here. I imagine maybe a dive up the middle to try and get a little bit closer to that goal line.
Robinson, 22, still in there at fullback. Jones will get it, though. The wingback, following his blockers, cuts it back. Touchdown! Up the middle for Jones. He wanted to use the right side, but he saw a hole to his left. He cut it back, and Jones with his second touchdown. A 5-yarder this time. It's 20-6.
Great vision there by Jones on the cutback lane. And again, we saw the quarterback, Devin Williams, out in front lead blocking after the pitch. You got to love the toughness of this young quarterback. And Jones cuts it up the gap in the middle and gets his second touchdown.
And Willings will try for his third extra point. Number 8, senior David Willings. Right-footed kicker will try to tack on the extra point, make it 21-6. 11:18 to go, first half. Willings with the kick. And it's in the air and good. 21-6 in favor of the Alton Redbirds. And it took just 2 plays in this second quarter for the Redbirds to score their third touchdown of opening night. And again, Jones now with 2 of them. And Williams with a touchdown pass to Stephen Barton for the other.
Yeah, Jones with the 2 touchdowns. Womack with the bulk of the yardage here on the ground tonight, but a great 1-2 punch it's looking like for the Redbirds. And just what a confidence builder this will be going into halftime. Having scored already 3 times, really seeming to be moving the ball efficiently on the ground. Williams, the young quarterback, has looked poised the few times he's rolled out to pass. So not so far so good for the for opening night for the Redbirds here today.
In front of a big crowd, as we mentioned, and the stadium full here on the near side, full of red-clad fans and the Redbird emblem at the 50-yard line. Thanks again to Dick Lyons for that. Lots of hard work for him with the paintbrush or whatever those artists use at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I've actually always been curious how they do that.
Redbird emblem looks good, though, at the 50. Quincy will return it inside their own 10. They grab the football and go to the far side, left side, out over the 20 to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 from their own 25. Redbirds back on defense. The Redbirds with a couple of road games after tonight's home opener. They'll play at Cahokia next Friday. Then they start the conference grind, and it will begin at Edwardsville in week 3.
Edwardsville, as we mentioned in the pregame here, always a tough competitor, usually competing for that conference title. Going to Edwardsville is not going to be any fun. It's always better when they come here. They were able to get the victory over the Tigers here at Public School Stadium last year. Traveling to Edwardsville, you know it's going to be a packed house.
And now Quincy with a run to the left side, and it's going to go for a couple of yards there up to the 28-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
With the exception of that big run by Taylor, the first possession, Quincy's really not been able to get much going offensively. A 3-and-out, their second possession of the first quarter. Now their first possession here in the second, and they come out with a similar formation that the Redbirds run, the double tight end, double wing.
Couple of running backs behind Vonderhaar, and they'll give it to the second man through. It's the fullback, Taylor. He stays on his feet. Nice running out near the 40-yard line, as it looked like it was going to be 3rd down and maybe 3 to go, but he has a 1st down with a gain of about a dozen.
Taylor keeping those legs moving. He's got a big lower body. Just drove through the tackler, able to pick up the 1st down, the first one of the game for the Blue Devils. So they got a little bit of momentum. Let's see what they do with it.
12 yards for Taylor. I have him at 96 yards rushing on 3 carries with that 82-yard touchdown run earlier.
That always helps the stats, those big runs like that.
Yeah. 1st and 10, Quincy at their own 40, the 1st down marker right at midfield at the 50. And they'll run it up the middle again. Taylor over the 50, and Ryan Taylor running wild for 13 more to the Alton 47.
Taylor with another 1st down, a bruising back. He's getting through that line of scrimmage, getting to that second level where it's really kind of a mismatch between him and some of the guys in the secondary from Alton. So we'll see if they go with Taylor a 3rd time in a row here. You figure you got to strike while the iron's hot. If you're Coach Little, he got the big run for you in the first quarter. Now he looks like he's finding a little bit of rhythm.
1st and 10 from the Alton 47-yard line now. 21-6, Redbirds with the lead. 2nd quarter, man in motion, and the man in motion will get the football. He'll turn the left corner down near the 40-yard line. And we'll see where they mark that for Shane Kenny.
Interesting.
McNay, the runner, 33.
It's an interesting formation that Quincy's running here. They've got a wing back off the tight end on the right side, and then almost like an offset eye, it looks like, in the backfield. They're not lined up in a pro form, but they're not lined up directly behind each other.
6 yards on that carry. And to the 41-yard line now. Redbird 41-yard line. 9:30 to go till halftime here on Z1570. And they line it up with 2 backs behind the quarterback. Second man through again. Taylor. This time he is knocked down at the 40-yard line. Not much there at all this time, as plenty of Redbirds there, including Chris Crosno and number 13 there too. Triplet to help out.
Some substitutions now on defense for the Redbirds. They use a rotation for that front 4 on the defensive line, keeping guys fresh. Now we've got 3rd down and 4 to go. Possible passing situation here for Quincy. We'll see what they do. I'd give it to Taylor up the gut the way he's been running the ball in this series.
3rd and 3, and they will hand it off, and not much there this time, as Taylor was used as a blocking back, and they went to Josh Brent, a 5'9", 230-pound senior, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. Redbirds with the pursuit.
Yeah, great pursuit there by the Redbirds. A gang tackle, just flocking to the ball. And it's going to force the Blue Devils here to punt. Kind of a short field to punt, but way too far away for a field goal attempt.
And with 8 minutes to go, they get in punt formation as the punter is back around the 50-yard line. That's Matt Vonderhaar, though, the quarterback, so he could throw the ball or run the ball.
Possible fake.
4th and 3, but he's going to kick it from the 50, and he angles it to the sideline, and it went out of bounds at the 2, no, at the 1.
Fantastic punt there.
1 yard line, so he did pin the Redbirds back as best you can do.
A coffin corner punt there by Vonderhaar, the quarterback. We thought maybe a possible fake situation because of the short field, but nice tight spiral in the air, and it lands on the 2 yard line and bounces out at the 1. You could not pin the Redbirds back any deeper. And the way they've been controlling the time of possession, if they can manage to chip away at this fielding position and get a first down here and a first down there, they could possibly extend this drive into the end of the first half, which would not be a good thing for the Blue Devils.
Well, 99 yards away. The Redbirds this time, even though a comfortable lead at the moment, 21-6, but this will be interesting to see what happens from their own 1 yard line.
Got to make sure you get positive yards here. You do not want to give up a safety. Just a dive up the gut to the fullback.
Man in motion, and they bring it to the near side, and breaking free is Womack out over the 20, 25 to the 28-yard line as they run around the left side once again with Jacoby Womack.
Womack is absolutely exploding onto the scene here for the Redbirds. Huge run there, and gets him out of the way of being pinned back up against the end zone there, and gives the Redbirds some breathing room on offense. Really kind of surprising to see him go with the sweep there, because you never know if an outside linebacker steps up and catches him in the backfield. That could be 2 points for Quincy. But a nice run there by Womack.
27 yards for Womack. He had a 29-yard run earlier tonight. Womack, 95 yards rushing. Now it's Kenny Jones' turn. Shake and bake right up the middle, out to the 45-yard line. Another 1st and 10.
Kenny Jones just doing such a great job with his vision, just finding a gap here, finding a seam there, taking it upfield, and then making a couple of guys miss once he got to the second level as he picks up another first down. And the Alton Redbirds are running with a full head of steam now.
Well, they have about 200 yards rushing here in the first half. 78 for Jones now. Womack, 95, unofficially.
Unofficially, of course. Got a couple of yards from McElroy, the fullback, getting those tough yards up the middle.
McElroy and Robinson, the 2 fullbacks. Now Williams back to pass, but he is sacked. No time to set at all, as it looked like Ulysses Fritz in there quickly from his defensive back position, the 5'9" senior with a sack at the 40.
Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of a downfall with this Redbirds offense. When you have the double tight ends like that, the cornerbacks can come in, and it's easy for them to shoot off of that corner, shoot off of that edge, and it's really hard to get a block on them. And Williams takes his first sack of the season.
Bill Netzhammer, the center again this year, as we mentioned. He wears number 60. And Williams under center here for the Redbirds. 2nd down and 15 after the sack. Pitch it to Jones. He'll sweep the right side. He has some room. Spins away from 2 tacklers, and he's out 2. First down yardage over the 45 and inside the 45 to the 43, a gain of 17 more.
Jones doing such a fantastic job after first contact of not going down. A lot of times, especially in high school, first contact, a guy goes down, you just take what the defense is giving you. But Jones is really being physical. Once that first contact's initiated, he spins with it, he rolls with it, trying to pick up as many yards as he can, and another first down for him in this drive.
I have 95 yards for both now, Jones and Womack, 95 each.
Impressive.
Now they'll give it to McElroy, the fullback, as he dances up the middle, slides to the left, and slides inside the 40, down near the 37-yard line.
McElroy wants to show he's got some moves too once he gets into some open space.
We're down now to Just 5:25 to go first half till halftime.
A lot of these large chunks got to be attributed to the fact this Quincy defense has been on the field for so long in this first half. The Redbirds able to switch guys out on the offensive side, but Quincy's not doing a whole lot of substitution on defense.
Second down and about 3. They'll give it on the pitch and go to the left side, and this time Quincy with 2, 3, 4 tacklers there, including Taylor, number 44, to bottle up number 20, DeMarco Hodges, and he will pick up, well, they may give him 2 yards to the 35, 3rd and 1.
3rd and short. This is a situation you got to almost assume that it's going to be McElroy or whoever the fullback is. I think McElroy's still in the game there. Up the gut, get that first down, and reset things for the next series.
Well, 3rd down and 1. 4:30 to go, second quarter. Williams under center. Long look, long count. Jones, he'll hand it to Kenny Jones, and he turns the corner. First down and more. A flag flies behind the run, and there's Jones all the way in, and now he's thrown to the ground after he scores. Pushed near the goalpost, and another flag. So unsportsmanlike conduct for Quincy, but Redbirds are going to get a penalty back here near midfield too.
Yeah, I have a feeling that touchdown's probably coming back. Most likely an offensive, maybe a cut block situation for the Redbirds near that offensive line. So we'll see what the final call is. Jones looks like he's on a knee trying to catch his breath.
He was shoved with a two-hander after he scored, but that score will not count. And a lot of times on those cutback runs, the blockers may get a hold or a clip or some kind of penalty, and it is on the Redbirds.
Well, it is cliche to say, but I mean, there is just about holding on every play. It's just what, it depends on what you're doing. As long as your hands stay inside the shoulders, you're not grabbing at a jersey and pulling guys around, they're most likely not going to call it unless it's just absolutely blatant right in front of the official. This is the second time Alton's been called for holding on potential big run plays. So.
And they're going to walk it all the way back here, and we'll see if that unsportsmanlike penalty comes into play too here. The flag sitting 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage at the 36-yard line. They had the ball at the 35, 3rd and 1. And so now they're going to bring the ball back here near the 35 and discuss it some more with all the officials and offense, defense.
How would that work with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty? Are they going to get a first down for that? I'm curious to see what happens.
It looks like the personal foul will give them 5 yards. The holding, 10 yards, and then the personal foul, 15 yards. So Alton will gain 5 overall there. They would have lost 10 except for the personal foul.
The personal foul, just a knucklehead play by the Quincy defender. Once that ball carrier crosses the plane, there's really no sense in trying to bring him down. He's already got the 6. All that's doing is hurting your team by initiating contact there. So the Redbirds get the first down. The touchdown is called back, but
it still looked pretty by Jones with another nice run.
He still knows that he got their number on that one, so he's probably wanting to get 6 more points for himself, but.
Now they'll pitch it to the near side. Womack cuts it back to the middle of the field again and ducks inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. So he's going to gain about 3 as it turns out. 2nd down and 7.
Womack's saying Jones has gotten into the end zone 3 times tonight, Coach. Get me the ball. Get me in there.
One of them called back, but he has 2 scores. And then the Alton pass play started it all way back at 7:52 in the first. Right now, 3:35 to go in the second quarter. Closing in on halftime, and the Redbirds with a 15-point lead, 21-6. Now a delay goes up the middle. McElroy inside the 20 to the 19 into the red zone.
McElroy picks up his first down run of the game, showing that he can get those grunt yards for you up the middle. And the Redbirds threatening to score again. A nice long drive again by the Redbirds that started on their own 1 yard line, just dominating the time of possession here in the first half.
And remember, they started at their own 1 yard line on this possession, trying to go 99 yards.
And the way they're moving the ball, it looks like they're going to punch it in here before the half.
First and 10 from the Quincy 19-yard line. They'll pitch it to Robinson. Tries the right side, slides forward, and gains about 7 more. So they're going to mark this down near the 13-yard line, maybe a gain of 6.
Getting a couple of, we got Hodges with a couple of carries now too. Robinson with a carry of his own. So the Redbirds showing some depth at the running back position. They don't have just Jones and Womack, who are having a phenomenal first half here at Public School Stadium.
Redbirds trying to start at 1-0 on the season. One other non-conference game next week at Cahokia, then 7 conference games in the Southwestern Conference as always. And now they hand the ball off. First man through, McElroy, the fullback, forward, maybe 2 yards to the 11. Maybe 3rd and 1 here, maybe 3rd and 2. We'll see where they mark it.
3rd and short, nevertheless, and you never know the way that pass play worked out near the goal line in the first quarter. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Williams possibly on a rollout situation. He does need to be careful. A lot of the corner on the weak side has been blitzing when when it's cost the Redbirds a sack earlier on in this drive. We'll see what happens here. The fullback lined up a little further away than normal.
Man in motion, and he's going to get the ball, and he loses the ball. Fumble, and Quincy will pick it up as they were going to try the left side, and a sweep by Jacoby Womack, but he was hit behind the line of scrimmage this time, and he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Blue Devils at their own 18-yard line.
Disheartening for Jacoby Womack there, having a fantastic first half, and to give it away after coming so far on such a long, lengthy drive. Giving the ball back to Quincy with 1:41 to go. Imagine Quincy's going to try and put something in the end zone here. Wouldn't be surprised to see them back into that shotgun formation. Maybe throw a couple of passes here, see if they can take away a few chunks of yardage right off the bat.
Well, they keep Alton from putting any more points on the board, at least for now. 1:41 to go till halftime, and our first turnover of the game by either team, and it's a Redbird fumble. Quincy ball at their own 18, 1st and 10. And the Redbirds back on defense here.
We'll see if this Redbirds defense can respond.
And Bondahar will hand the ball off. Now it's a reverse the other way. Flag flies. Maybe some motion before the snap there, and it's going to go to the far side. Alex McNay gaining about 5 yards over the left side, but it is motion on Quincy. Penalty on the offense.
It's not what the Blue Devils were looking for there. They're trying to move this ball down the field in large chunks with so little time left. They've only got 1 timeout, using 1 on defense in the first quarter and 1 on offense earlier this quarter. So a long field now for the Blue Devils.
Illegal man in motion before the snap, it looked like there, maybe even in the backfield on that reverse try, and it's 1st and 15, back to their own 13-yard line now. And to the line of scrimmage we go. Redbirds with some defensive backs playing deep, 10-15 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Jarvis Smith's been playing in the box almost this whole game.
They'll hand it to the left side. Ryan Taylor, fullback. Taylor leans to the 14, a gain of just a yard. Does have 5 carries and 110 yards overall.
Yeah, that big 82-yarder that got him a touchdown in the first quarter, and then a couple of nice runs here midway through the second.
Now a timeout's going to be called by the Redbirds defense. Maybe they can use a couple timeouts and get the ball back. You never know. Or maybe they fumble or turn it over to the Redbirds. Who knows? Still 1:11 to go.
The Redbirds having the Quincy pinned back into their own zone so deep. Second and long situation after the illegal motion penalty by Quincy. So, yeah, the Redbirds trying to use that clock to their advantage, having just burned their first time out of the half. And with second and long and such a long field to go, you maybe anticipate that Quincy's going to try a pass, try and take a big chunk of yardage here and move down the field. Coach Hook probably wants to make sure his team is aware.
Well, the defensive coordinator, Dwight Tungett, talking to his squad and the defensive line coach, Al Womack. Big Al in the huddle there, too, here on the near side for the defense. Again, 1:11 to go, first half. We have Roxana and Freeburg coming up as game 2 of our doubleheader. Oilers home tonight in Wood River against Mascoutah. You'll hear that game tomorrow at noon on the Big Z. Marquette plays tomorrow night at 7 here at Public School Stadium, and that game will be heard on Sunday afternoon because we have Missouri and Illinois live tomorrow night from the Edward Jones Dome. So lots of football here on Labor Day weekend 2008.
Marquette's going to be a fun game to listen to. They've got a phenomenal running back, Jared Zerwas, last year. That was one of the area's best, coming back for his senior year, I believe.
Quincy, second down and 14 after the timeout. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. So spread offense, and Vandahar back to throw. Looking left, throws it, and it is caught over the 30-yard line. Receiver still on his feet up near the 40-yard line. It's number 87, it looks like. Jeff Young with a catch.
Young, after catching the ball, just laid out one of the defensive backs for Alton with just a stiff shoulder to spin around and pick up a few extra yards. So with a minute to go, Quincy gets that pass play out of the way, and they're approaching midfield. See what the game plan is here if they go back to the air.
23 yards to Young, number 87 on the pass. Vandahar will look over the middle again, throws it, and threads the needle to the 50, and over the 50 to the 48. Some Redbird defenders there, but could not get a hand on it. Instead, it's caught by Shane Kinney.
Kinney with a nice route over the middle there, and Vandahar with just a laser throw over the middle, threading that needle, as you said, Brent, try and get across midfield. About 40 seconds to go. See if they continue going to the air.
Still have that 1 timeout left, Quincy on offense.
It's a draw play to Taylor, who picks up a first down.
Yeah, he's close to the 38-yard line, maybe a yard short. Let's see where they mark it. Yeah, at the 39, so they'll give Taylor 9 yards. 120 yards for Taylor on 7 carries.
Taylor, a bright spot absolutely for the Blue Devils. Got Jones and Womack for the Redbirds. A lot of talented running going on here this evening.
Last play of the half, it looks like. Vandahar is going to have to throw it deep. He's back to throw, and he fires it to the far side, and it is tipped away by the Redbirds down near the 10-yard line, and that's going to close out the first half. The Redbirds with some D there, and over there at cornerback, DeMarco Hodges on the receiver, it looked like, and he got a hand on it. So the first half finished here at Public School Stadium, and the Redbirds keep their 21-6 lead. They had the ball in the red zone looking for more, but they fumbled it away. Then Quincy drives down to about the Alton 35-yard line, but that's where the first half ends. Alton 21, Quincy 6. Back with halftime in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agency certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
Hi, George Weber. As we watch this year's Olympic Games and root for the world's top athletes, the Weber Chevrolet family wants to offer some encouragement to the terrific men and women representing our country. You are the best of the best. We know how hard you have worked. Win or lose, we are proud of you, and you are all truly winners. Even though you are half a world away, we are with you through every sprint, jump, and dive. And we sing along with you when you stand on that medal stand listening to the national anthem. So from all of us at Weber Chevrolet, go Team USA.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
For nearly 120 years, First Cloverleaf Bank has played a vital role in shaping the history of Edwardsville and Glen Carbon, putting our customers, our people, and our community first. It's good to be first. First Cloverleaf Bank.
40-yard line and boots it deep down around the 10-yard line, and Quincy returns it out to the 25-yard line. Redbirds cover another kickoff very well as number 32, return man there, maybe 33, Alex McNay, and Quincy ball. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Redbirds lead by 15. Redbirds had 18 first downs, Quincy with 5. And again, Jones 95 yards rushing. Womack also over 90 yards rushing in that first half.
The opportunity here for Quincy to control the time of possession here in the second half with the receiving the kick and being on offense first here to start the second half.
And they will run the reverse to the far side and over the 30-yard line, out near the 32-yard line goes the ball carrier. That's Shane Kinney, 5'8" junior, number 34, running for about 7.
Good job there by Kinney to just stay behind his blockers, not being too impatient and getting out in front of them. A lot of times you'll see high school running backs overrun their blockers and then they get in trouble, dance around, and end up maybe losing yards or not getting as many yards as they could. And he pokes it out for a good gain on first down there.
Second down and about 4, 3.5 to go, and now the whole right side moves before the snap, and the Quincy Blue Devils will be charged with another penalty. We didn't have many penalties in the first half. Quincy had 3, Alton 2. So not too bad for opening night. 5-yard penalty, illegal procedure against the blue and white of Quincy.
Yeah, one of those penalties for the Redbirds did take back a touchdown that Kenny Jones ran. It's a little bit disappointing, but they're still able to maintain the lead. And
couple of holding penalties.
Yep. As you mentioned earlier, first game you expect a couple of penalties and a holding penalty. I mean, you could call that almost every play. It's just depending on what the ref sees.
Van der Haar will hand it off, and it's loose on the ground. Redbirds defense has the football at the 25-yard line. The Redbirds come up with the loose ball as the handoff from the quarterback to the fullback, a little shaky. I don't know if the running back ever really had control of it. The Redbirds control it 25 yards away.
Shortest field the Redbirds have had all night, and they return the favor. They fumbled earlier in the second quarter, and getting that turnover back to even up the turnover margin now, so they're at 0 for that. And we'll see what happens here. I imagine Coach Joe Hook's going to come out just the way he finished the first half, running the ball with Jones and Womack and spelling them with Hodges and maybe getting McElroy a couple of dives up the middle.
Double wing, double tight, man in motion. Jones will get the pitch, and he's going to go right up the middle and dives to the 20-yard line, a gain of 5 for number 33, Jones, and that will put him at 100 yards on the nose.
And we mentioned last season when these two teams hooked up in Quincy, the Redbirds had nearly 400 yards total offense on the ground, and they're ahead of that pace this game. We'll see what they can do here in the second half. These short fields are going to, even though it's nice to have a short field, you're not going to be able to control the clock as much.
20-yard line now into the red zone for the Redbirds. Second down and 5. They'll pitch it to Jones, coming to the near side. 15 down to the 10, pushed out of bounds inside the 10. They'll give him the 9-yard line. First and goal.
Had a defensive lineman in the backfield there. Jones just able to outrun him and turn the corner before he could get him, before the defender could get him. And Jones starting off the second half just the way he finished the first. Getting good yardage, first downs.
And that short field, as you mentioned, that helps a little too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little fumble, and Redbirds pick it up. And now they're at first and goal from the 9-yard line. 10:24 to go. They'll run it right up the middle and straight up the gut for maybe a yard. Maybe not quite a yard this time.
McElroy hit as soon as he got the ball on that one. See where they spot it, but maybe a yard at most.
Now maybe right at the line of scrimmage. No gain at all. So 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Redbirds to the line of scrimmage. And Devin Williams under center. Center Billy Netzhammer. Williams will run the counter. Womack this time, smelling the goal line. Now the ball is loose. Down around the 1-yard line, so they fall back on it at the 2-yard line. It looks like the Redbirds have it at the 2.
Redbirds catch a break there, put the ball on the ground, able to recover. Nice play there by the offensive line, able to sustain the blocks as you have a fake up the middle and kind of a pitch to Womack up the middle there. I guess you'd call that like a counter tray.
3rd and goal from the 2-yard line, maybe just inside the 2 for the Redbirds. 3rd and goal, they lead it 21-6. They'll pitch it to Jones, right side, touchdown over the right side. Kenny Jones has his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Number 33 with his 3rd score tonight. And him and Womack just getting it done on the ground for the Redbirds. And Jones, the way he's going, may be looking at him as a player of the week for the Telegraph. 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards. Still a lot of game left to go.
9:02 to go, 3rd quarter. So 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter. The Redbirds have found pay dirt again. And they lead it now 27-6. Try to make it 28 with another PAT. The point after by Willings is up and good again. Redbirds push their lead to 28-6 early in the 3rd quarter. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tap. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tap, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Listen to this. We are pleased to report the success our business has had with VBank's Deposited Work Remote Capture program. Now that we can deposit checks without leaving the office, we realize significant time and cost savings. We have been using Deposited Work for several weeks and our results are exceptional. We are grateful for the services provided by your commercial banking team. Deposited Work has been a lifesaver. Sincerely, another satisfied business customer. That's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
The end zone, Kenny Jones with his 3rd touchdown of the night. We're told it may have been Jarvis Smith, the safety, that picked up that fumble for the defense at the 25, then a short field, and what do you know? Jones scores again, Trevor.
Not too big of a surprise. He's been in the end zone a couple of times already tonight, and a 3rd time that was called back. And between he and Womack, it looks like the Quincy Blue Devils do not have an answer for this ground attack. The Redbirds are sticking to him, but you mentioned Jarvis Smith coming up with the fumble. He was a guy that was pretty opportunistic for this defense last year. I remember him having a few picks in a couple of different games here at Public School Stadium. So he's a guy that just kind of tends to be around the ball and good things happen. And nice defensive play by him.
6'1" senior wide receiver on offense and safety back in the defensive backfield on the defensive side of the ball. And he's here on the special teams too. Number 7, Jarvis Smith. Willings boots it away and kicks it down near the 5-yard line. Quincy will return it out to the 20, 25-yard line. Out to the 27 it goes, and 8:55 to go, 3rd quarter, and the Redbirds with a 28-6 lead. They have 4 touchdowns now on the night.
His defense coming back onto the field for Alton. Got to be pretty pumped up, forcing a turnover the last time on the field, able to come away and give the offense a short field. And other than that one big run by Ryan Taylor in the first quarter, this Alton defense has looked pretty good, not giving up a lot of first downs, keeping the Quincy offense pinned back. See what they do in this series.
On defense again. And now Vonderhaar will go to the shotgun. Quincy will put it in the air. They'll throw it to the right side. It is complete over the 30, 32-yard line. A 5-yard pass play. A little down and out to the right of the quarterback.
Yeah, we saw Vonderhaar drop back to pass in the final minute of that second quarter, just trying to move the ball downfield in big chunks, and he actually had some success. With this big lead that the Redbirds have, it wouldn't be too surprising to see Coach Little stay with the shotgun to keep that defense spread out, maybe open up some lanes in the middle for a draw or maybe a delay up the middle there for Ryan Taylor.
Try to get the Redbirds defense tired, although they haven't been on the field much, as we've talked about. There over the left side goes Taylor, number 44, and he bangs out near the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 on a big run that time, and almost 15 yards for Taylor.
Yeah, it seems like if the Blue Devils are going to get back into this game, it's going to be on the shoulders of Ryan Taylor, who's really been their only offensive production for this particular game. The big run in the first quarter, a nice first down run there. Quincy's just got to find some kind of rhythm if they want to get back in it.
Redbirds on defense, 1st and 10, Quincy at their own 45-yard line now. The blitz is on for the Redbirds, but they'll run the ball over the left side. A flag flies, and the Redbirds drop the ball carrier, Alex McNay, number 33, right at the line of scrimmage, and maybe a holding there on the Blue Devils. We'll see about the flag. And maybe they are talking to the Redbirds defense. 8:16 to go, third quarter. Redbirds 28, the Blue Devils 6. And it looks like the Redbirds will push them back. Jarvis Smith may be cramping up a little bit here as he comes to the near side. It is a little warm and humid here at the end of August. Holding on Quincy, 10-yard penalty.
So Jacoby Womack comes into the game, it looks like, for Jarvis Smith, who's taking a breather. Let's see what Womack's going to be able to do on defense as he comes in and plays the deep safety. Jarvis Smith's been playing up in the box as the strong safety most of this game.
Corners DeMarco Hodges, number 20, and 35, Corbin Newquist. Also helping out now with an extra receiver is Triplett. Everier Triplett. Vonderhaar back to throw, rolling to his right. Now he'll run with the football, gains about a dozen before he's knocked out. Now penalties. Penalty flags fly, and now pushing and shoving all over the Quincy sideline, and now some more pushing and shoving, and boy, a big pile of players for both teams over there. You don't want to get anybody thrown out.
No, you don't want to get anybody thrown out, especially if you're Quincy and you want to try and get back in this game. It's hard to tell who was having the scuffle over there, but quickly that Quincy bench just surrounded everyone from that Alton defense as they were all at the sideline, and you can expect some tension with this Quincy team after being down by 3 touchdowns with a lot of time left here to go. Maybe that can spark something on the offensive end and get them fired up. They can get themselves back in this game. Jarvis Smith back on the field after missing just one play on defense.
Vonderhaar ran about 12 yards and then stepped out of bounds. I wasn't sure when he actually stepped out there on the far side, but 20, DeMarco Hodges bumped him. It really wasn't a very hard hit, but maybe he had been out of bounds for a step or two, and they call a late hit there, it looks like. That's when the flags were flying.
Coach Little out on the field conferring with the referee.
And we'll see if they get both teams after the play with all that scuffling over there. There's a dead ball, personal foul on Alton. And it is a late hit. Now a personal foul being called again on Quincy for retaliating. Now another on Alton. So 3 personal fouls there, I guess. 2 for Alton, 1 for Quincy.
So I guess the 2 of those personal fouls will cancel out, and then you'll get 15 yards for Quincy. That'll make it first down. At least that's how it should go.
Well, we'll see. They're still talking it over here, and the ball marked at the 47-yard line, a gain of about a dozen for the quarterback again. Actually got about 10 yards, and now they're getting ready to push the ball probably 15 yards from that spot, which will be at the 38-yard line of Alton.
So Quincy with the rare trip into Alton Redbirds territory here. They're inside the 40 now at about the 37, it looks like.
So Alton with a 15-yarder, 3 penalties, 30 yards against Alton tonight.
Interesting turn of events there after that play. If you're the Redbirds, you just got to keep your head into the game and can't commit careless penalties like that. 2 personal fouls on the one play really gives the Blue Devils a big push into their zone.
1st and 10 for Quincy. First man through, Taylor, knocked down after a gain of maybe a yard for Taylor there over the right side. 134 yards for Taylor.
Taylor definitely the horse for this Quincy Blue Devil team. Now that they're in Redbird territory, I imagine they'll feed it to him as many times as it takes until they cross that plane of the end zone. Still plenty of time here for the Blue Devils to make a move.
7:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Redbirds on defense. And Quincy with a tight formation again. No receivers here. Tight ends to the left and right of Van de Haar, the quarterback.
Box is stacked for the Redbirds.
Back he goes, bootleg, and he'll come to the left, being chased, and he's in trouble now, and he'll just get rid of it, and he throws it incomplete down to the 30-yard line, near the sideline, and just enough room for that running back, McNay, almost to come back and make the catch.
Great job of eluding the defense there by the quarterback, Van der Haar, rolling to the right and was being chased down by a Redbird defender. It was Triplett, and it looked like Triplett was going to get him as soon as he reached out to grab. Van der Haar just with a quick spin move and a heads-up play to just quickly get rid of it, nearly completing a pass. That'll stop the clock at least and give him 3rd and long. And definite passing play here for the Quincy Blue Devils.
13 has been very active, especially on defense. Eavier Triplett, a sophomore. Eavier playing outside linebacker really right now. Van de Haar going to throw it. Throws it, and it is behind the receiver, but he makes the catch down to the 15-yard line. Reaching back was Shane Kenny, the running back. It's 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Great job there by Kenny to catch the ball on the outside shoulder. A really good job by Van der Haar to put it in a place where the defense couldn't get it, and it was either going to be caught by his own receiver or not by anyone at all, and they get the first down as they're in the red zone now for the first time in this game, and we'll see if they can come away with a touchdown. Still in the shotgun.
And receivers to the right of the quarterback, to the far side, but they're going to run it to the right. It's going to be Kenny running to the right to the 10, down near the 5. Jarvis Smith and others. The ball rolls out of bounds. He may have been down already at about the 7-yard line, a gain of 8.
Another good run, or another good play, I should say, there by Kenny. Way to follow his blockers and get around that right side. Let his lead blocker just take guys out. So he nearly picks up a first down. Gets it inside the 10 now, near the 5.
We'll see if the Redbirds can hold them here. 2nd down and 1, though. About 1.5 to go. They marked that ball inside, just inside the 7-yard line.
Redbird defense needs to tighten up here. Maybe try and force a turnover.
I'll hand the ball off to Taylor. He's inside the 5. He has a first down at about the 4. It's 1st and goal.
You can imagine Taylor's probably going to, if I'm Coach Little, I'm giving that ball to Taylor every time down here inside the 5.
4-yard line, 6:06 to go. Midway through the 3rd quarter now. And Quincy knocking on the door, trying to get back in the game, really. 28-6 our score right now. And the quarterback spent a long time there over at the sidelines. Matt Vonderhaar talking to the coaches. And now he's in the huddle, and now he's under center with 5:44 to go. He'll hand the ball off, left side, touchdown. It's a touchdown for Quincy, and it'll go to Shane Kinney over that left side.
So Kinney really the big player for Quincy here on this particular drive. A first down catch once they cross midfield. Another run around the right side, and then he gets to put it in the end zone for 6. As Quincy gets themselves back in the game, you got to figure they're going for 2 here to try and make up for the missed PAT in the first quarter.
5:40 to go, third quarter, and it is Shane Kinney with the touchdown, 4-yard touchdown run. And now 28-12 our score, and they'll go for 2. I formation behind the quarterback. The up man is Taylor. Kinney looks like the deep man, and now a flag flies. Maybe somebody lining up off sides, because that was an early flag from the near side. Alton's lead cut to 28-12, and we'll see if it's cut down even further. It is on the Alton Redbirds, so the ball going even closer to that goal line, to the 1.5.
It's the last thing you want to do if you're the Redbirds. You know they're going for 2 to make up for the missed PAT. The last thing you want to do is get a penalty and move them even closer and put this game at a 2-possession game for the Quincy Blue Devils with plenty of time here left.
Down to the 1-yard line, quarterback keeper, and Vonderhaar is over the goal line for 2 points. 2-point conversion for the quarterback, 28-14. Quincy with 8 points on that drive, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion with 5:40 to go in the third quarter. The Alton lead now 28-14. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just 1 monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
As a woman, you know that a little pampering and a great new color in your toes adds confidence to your step. And for about the same cost as a monthly pedicure, you can protect yourself with life insurance from State Farm. I'm Tom Lane, and as your neighborhood agent, I can discuss the many ways to help protect your family's future with a proper life insurance program that suits your needs. So for confidence that goes beyond your toes, contact me at 377-8912 or online at tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
After the Alton game tonight, you'll hear play-by-play of Freeburg's game at Roxana, the Shells home opener later on tonight. And we're back live at Public Schools Stadium with the Alton Redbirds and the Quincy Blue Devils. Trevor Shaw and Brent Birkland back with you. Third quarter, midway through the third, and it's now 28-14 Redbirds.
The Redbirds ready to accept the kickoff here and get back on offense, where they've had very much success in this game, controlling the clock, running the ball very efficiently, led by Kenny Jones and Jacoby Womack. But the Quincy Blue Devils not ready to go home just yet, as they got on the board and made this a 2-score game.
High short kick is going to bounce at the 25. It's picked up quickly, and some dancing at the 30, 35, 40. Out goes DeMarco Hodges, number 20, to the 41-yard line.
Hodges, nice shifty move there to break through a seam and get up to about the 40 or 41, it looks like.
And the Redbirds back on offense after allowing that touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Now we'll see what happens from their own 41-yard line. Redbirds started out running right, but they've used right, left, and up the middle too, with lots of rushing yardage tonight. All over the field. Here's a counter to Womack. He's up the middle of the field to the 50, to the 40. He breaks some tackles to the 30, down to the 25-yard line goes Womack.
Great cutback move by Womack there. Once he got through the line, there was a cutback lane in the middle of the field. He took that and exploded for about 20 to 25 extra yards and thought he was going to break one loose for his first touchdown of the game. His counterpart, Kenny Jones, has got 3 scores, and Womack over the century mark now in yardage, still looking for that first touchdown of the season.
3 long runs for Womack, 29, 27. This one about 32 yards. And this time it'll go to Kenny Jones. He cuts it back up the middle. He breaks free, and he scores. Somehow he comes out of the mess up the middle of the field, and it's a touchdown, 27 yards for Jones.
Kenny Jones, I think what he's done best tonight has got to be yards after contact. He has done such a good job of getting hit, getting knocked around, and staying on his feet, keeping those feet moving, and now he's got his 4th score of the night. And I'm sure there's going to be some blurbs about him in the Telegraph tomorrow. What a heck of a game he's having here, almost single-handedly carrying this Redbirds team into the end zone.
And Willings will try for his 5th extra point. It's in the air, and it is good again. He's 5 for 5, and Jones' last carry, a 2-yard touchdown, and his 16th carry, a 27-yard touchdown, back-to-back TD runs, and again, you mentioned he has 4 scores now.
4 scores for Kenny Jones, none for Womack, who has at least equaled him as far as yardage is concerned, or near it. Both of these guys just maybe too much to handle for this Quincy defense, and Kenny Jones trying to earn some Player of the Week honors, it looks like, with all of these touchdowns. Last year, Fierro Kelly, the primary back for the Redbirds, had 4 scores, and Jones was on that team, and I'm sure he contributed to the near 400 yards total offense. And he has taken over that touchdown role for the Redbirds tonight.
35-14 in favor of Alton. 3rd quarter, 5:11 to go. Each time that Quincy has scored, the Redbirds have answered right away. Back in the 1st quarter when it happened, and also here in the 3rd quarter. Our score 35-14 in favor of the Redbirds.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
The outside linebacker Triplett, who's been in on several plays tonight. Looks like he may have gotten dinged up on the kickoff coverage there. See what happens to him, but substitute in for him is Taylor Vaughn, a 5'10 junior.
Shotgun again for the Quincy quarterback, Matt Vonduhar, going to the near side. It's caught by Fairbend, and he is knocked down. Gained a couple after the catch, out to the 24. Gain of about 6 on the pass.
Fairbend is a guy I thought we'd see a little bit more of. A returning starter for this Blue Devil team, a guy that's 6'3", has good size, and has the ability to get open over the middle and just kind of go up and get it, almost like a Antonio Gates type at tight end, on the high school level, that is. Good size at that position.
Vonduhar, 5 for 8 through the air, 64 yards passing. That one goes for about 6. And it will be a handoff to the fullback, Ryan Walker, finding his way and finding room out to the 30. And it'll be 1st and 10 on the Walker run there to the right.
Blue Devils just wanting to keep those chains moving this drive, wanting maybe to pick up a couple of big chunks of yardage. They trying to come back in this one, down 3 scores again.
Taylor with the run there, his 11th carry, and it's a 1st down for Quincy. Their 11th 1st down of the night.
Triplett back into the game after being dinged up. Jarvis Smith, the deep safety.
A direct snap, this time going to Taylor. Ryan Taylor banging out to the 40-yard line and has another first down. Number 44 running hard again.
Taylor just doing everything he can for his team to try and sustain the drive and maybe break another one of those long runs up the middle. The Blue Devils looking for something here offensively, though, to get on the board.
I have Taylor at over 150 yards rushing. He had that 82-yard touchdown run on his first carry, first play from scrimmage for Quincy early in the game. 3:30 now remaining in the third quarter. It's a 35-14 ball game. Alton leading Quincy Senior High. They hand the ball off to Kenny. He's up near the 50-yard line. He may have picked up 5 or 6 over the right side.
Kenny ran that play on the last drive for the Quincy Blue Devils, the sweep around the right side out of the shotgun formation and trying to move the chains.
Quincy with 2 touchdowns on the night, 1 in the first quarter, 1 here in this third quarter. Our halftime score 21-6 in favor of Alton, but they have 2 more Jones touchdowns here in the third quarter, Alton. Now they hand the ball off. Over the left side it goes, and diving forward and to the 44-yard line goes the ball carrier this time. Alex McNay.
McNay really not getting as many carries as may have expected in this game. Taylor, you mentioned over 150 yards, the big offensive production for him for the Quincy Blue Devils. They need to get something to put some points on the board in this drive.
Another 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. And they'll hand it to the second man through and knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. Barton there quickly from his defensive end position. He grabbed Taylor and brought him down.
Nowhere to go there for Taylor. Trying to get around the corner. You mentioned Barton right there, the defensive end / tight end. Able to get out and make the tackle solo.
Second down and about 11 now. Loss of a yard or 2. And Quincy lines up at the Alton 44-yard line. Back goes Vandehar, and he's going to run with the football, and he cannot get out of the grasp of number 80. There's Barton again in the backfield, and he's dropped for about a 5-yard loss. That's a sack.
Nice heads-up play there by Barton. Back-to-back tackles for a loss. Looked like that was a designed quarterback sweep, and the motion to the left, maybe trying to throw the defense off. They did not bite. And another loss on the play, so it's 3rd and long. Definite passing situation here for the Blue Devils. Redbirds trying to prevent a first down so they can get the ball back, eat up some more time off of that clock.
Well, interesting now on the left side is Barton. He'd been on the right defensive end. Now he's over on the far side. And they're going to roll that way, but they're going to hand it off and go the other way. And it's a bootleg for the fullback, Taylor. First down and more, down to the 26-yard line, and that fooled the Redbird defense.
That fooled a lot of people here in the stadium. I was looking to the right side, too. The play was moving right. The linemen were going there. The quarterback was rolling that way. Just a little sneaky run here to the near side for Taylor as he picks up another first down, and huge job there by the Blue Devils moving the chains. A much needed first down on that play.
They've picked up 3 first downs on this drive, and now there's a flag back about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be on Quincy, and that 22-yard run for Taylor will come back.
That's just devastating there. After you were 3rd and long, you get the first down on a draw play, and you think, okay, here's a chance we can get some points on the board now that we moved the chains and we're into Redbird territory, and you move back, and it's going to be 3rd and about a mile here for the Blue Devils. I don't think a draw play is going to work a second time in a row on the Redbirds, so a passing situation here for Quincy.
3rd down and about 20. And this may be the last play of the third quarter, depending on The clock stopping because the ball may go in the air. Now we got a timeout. Quincy with a timeout with some movement around the line, and the quarterback trying to get the receivers in the right spots on 3rd and long, and Quincy has to burn a timeout here. First one of the second half with just 21 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll keep it here at Public School Stadium. Alton 35, Quincy 14. 3rd and long for the Blue Devils offense and for the Redbirds defense.
Redbirds defense here just has to make sure they don't let any receivers get behind them. Keep everybody in front of you. Don't allow for a big play for a first down, and let the Blue Devils stay in it. With the stop here and force of the Blue Devils to punt on 4th down, it would all but assume a Redbirds victory here with a 3-touchdown lead going into the 4th quarter. The Blue Devils desperately need a big play here from somebody, whether it be Taylor, the quarterback, Vonderhaar, but a 3rd and very long, and the Redbirds just got to try and clamp up and not allow a big first down.
3rd and long after the timeout. Another tip of the cap salute to RiverBender.com. All the ladies and gentlemen on John Hendrick's squad. They all make John look really good. And he needs a lot of help looking good. They're doing a great job again tonight, all the camera folks and technicians, engineers, all those types, you know.
And they've got the best seat in the house, it looks like. They're not cramped up in the booth. They're out in the wide open on top of the truck.
On top of the truck. There's a little swing pass, screen to Taylor, and he's knocked down after just a couple of yards. And it's still going to be a long way to the first down. 4th and long now at their own 49-yard line.
And Quincy will decide what to do here between quarters on 4th down. You almost have to go for it, I think. I mean, even though it is a punting situation, down by 3 scores, entering the 4th quarter, the way Alton maintained possession in the first half, you don't know how many possessions you're going to get here if you're Quincy. You got to hope for at least 1 turnover, if not more. So it's a tough call for Coach Little. I would imagine he would go for it here and just hope for the best.
Well, that's the end of 3 quarters at Public School Stadium here on opening night 2008. The Alton Redbirds lead Quincy after 3, 35-14. Back with 12 minutes of football in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Do you want to earn interest and still have easy access to your money? Meridian Bank offers 4 interest-bearing accounts: Money Market, Meridian Star, Now Account, and Super Now Account. Choose the account that fits your financial needs. Rates vary based on the account and balance. Stop by and ask for details. The smart way to financial success is at Meridian Bank on West 3rd Street in downtown Alton. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lenders.
At Alton, it's the home opener tonight at Public School Stadium. Don't forget, here on Z1570, we're going to head to Shell Country next. Play-by-play of Roxana and Freeburg. And we'll also have the Oilers game in Wood River from tonight that will air tomorrow at noon on Z1570. Tape delayed play-by-play on the radio. Back goes Vonderhaar on 4th and long. 4th and about 20. Tried to throw it, now trying to run it, and he runs for about 5. But he's well short of the first down. It's going to be Alton ball on downs as they cannot convert on 4th and long.
I got to question the play call there by Coach Little of Quincy. Obviously, it's a passing situation if you're going to try to go for it on 4th and long, but the formation they lined up in with the 2 backs in the backfield, the wing back, I would imagine the best way to go is to spread that defense out. Go to your shotgun, 3, 4 wide receivers, spread the defense out, and see if you can't get a mismatch somewhere. That time, all the Redbirds in the box like they have been most of the game, and Vonderhaar with nobody to pass to as they turn the ball over on downs.
Now the Alton Redbirds have the football once again, 1st and 10, and they look to just run out the clock here and run the ball some more in the 4th quarter. There's Jones over the 50, down to the Quincy 47-yard line. And 11:40 to go in the ball game now as we start this 4th period. Redbirds near midfield, 2nd down and 5.
That play right there, the counter tray where they fake the pitch to the back going in motion, and the inside handoff to the other wing back inside. That time it was Jones getting the handoff, and with these two running backs as efficient as they've been, the defense just doesn't know what to do when they don't know who has the ball.
Left wing, right wing, you never know. Now it's on the move. The right wing who comes down the line of scrimmage and then slips and falls there. Womack was trying to turn the corner here on the near side, but he'll be right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5 as he falls down.
He slips right on that Redbird logo in the middle of the field. I wonder if the paint applied to the field makes that any more slick than the rest of the grass that's out there. But 3rd and a manageable situation here for the Redbirds. The way they've been running the ball, why not go ahead and try and see if Jones or Womack, maybe even McElroy, can get you 4 up the middle here.
10:30 to go, and they'll pitch it to Jones. Jones cutting it up the middle, 1st down, and he leans forward near the 42-yard line of Quincy. Maybe the 43 is where they'll mark it, but 1st and 10.
And the chains move, and this Redbird offense continues to drive into Quincy territory. And Jones adds to his rushing total. 4 touchdowns for him tonight. We've mentioned that several times. And pretty impressive debut for the Redbirds here at home.
Over 300 yards rushing for the Redbirds in 3 quarters. 151 for Jones, 132 for Womack. And now they'll hand it off up the middle it goes. Fullback McElroy, number 2. He will lean forward to the 36-yard line, a gain of 6 more.
We haven't seen him get as many touches here in the second half as he did in the first half. Probably due to the fact that Kenny Jones is running out of his mind with 4 touchdowns and a 1st down almost every time he touches the ball, it seems like. But at this point in the game, you don't have to get a 1st down every time you run the ball. Just chip away those yardages and just eat that clock up.
Clock now at 9:30 to go in the game. 4th quarter. Williams hands the ball off. He's hit right when he handed it off. Now McElroy fumbled it. Falls on it on the 30-yard line, though, and he gains 6 more. And he bobbled it for a moment, but it bounced right back to him.
You know, he was a little nervous there because it didn't even look like the defender knocked it out. It looks like he simply just let it go almost and fell right on it. Lucky for him, not turning the ball over. Maintained possession for the Redbirds.
And they'll bring into the game Dominic Robinson, 5'6" senior. And Robinson will be the fullback, lined up behind Williams.
And he is lined up close to the quarterback.
And in the backfield, they hand it to Jones. Jones was in motion, and he drives forward inside the 30, down near the 28-yard line. He's going to gain a couple.
The Redbirds just running their offense now. The wing backs to the opposite side to work all game long. Imagine they're going to continue that here with the final 8.5 minutes.
Redbirds with Jones on the left, Womack on the right, the wing backs, both with big games tonight, as we've mentioned, all night long. Devin Williams under center, the quarterback. Jones in motion. He won't get it. Robinson, the fullback, will, and he's down to the 24-yard line. 5 tough yards for the fullback.
Williams has done a good job of managing this game for the Redbirds tonight. He's done a good job when he's been asked to drop back to pass. He's been a lead blocker for Jones and Womack several times tonight on their sweep and pitch plays. Good job for the first-year starter.
Started a few games last year, but the Redbirds, all in all, with at least 3 quarterbacks during their 9 games.
A lot of injuries and things of that sort for that position last year. So Williams was able to show what he had and earned himself a starting job this year.
Here's Kenny Jones down near the 20-yard line, and the Redbirds getting ready to move into the red zone again, and they're right near the first down marker, too. I think it's going to be 4th and less than a yard, so almost 5 more for Jones there.
What do you do in this situation here? Within a field goal, I would think, for the Redbirds. Do you go ahead and take it, or do you maybe go for it and just eat up some more of that clock and get this game over with?
Yeah, I think maybe even the quarterback leans forward, or give it to the fullback. He's right behind you.
Yeah, he's maybe half a step behind the quarterback the way this offense lines up. We saw the sneak for Quincy earlier on their 2-point conversion. It worked. Vonderhaar a little bit bigger than Williams, so we'll see what happens.
And they'll pitch it to Jones. Jones over the right side. First down into the red zone, down inside the 15, near the 14-yard line. It's 1st and 10 again.
That's curious. Running a pitch play with a 4th and 1, you would think you just want to play it safe and don't want to run the risk of a possible drop pitch or a fumble, but the way Jones has been running the ball tonight, 1 yard's almost a sure thing every time he's touching it. So, and yet another first down for Alton.
Well, those two, Jones and Womack, closing in on 300 yards combined between the two.
Impressive game for these two backs.
This time, Williams will hand it off to 22, Robinson, and he's down inside the 5. Looks like he has a 1st and goal, and they'll mark it at about the 2, it appears. Dominic Robinson, right side.
Robinson looking for some contact at the end of that run, and instead of maybe running out of bounds or something, he just lowers the shoulder and tries to drive through the defender, see if he can't get himself 6, but was shoved out right at the corner there, but nice physical run there by the backup fullback Robinson.
Well, we'll see who gets it here on 1st and goal. Mark it at call it the 3-yard line, almost to the 3. Just inside the 3, Williams hands the ball off. Spinning forward is Robinson, the fullback, and he'll lean forward for maybe a yard. 2nd and goal.
I think you got to give the ball to Womack here. Get this guy 6. He's been working so hard for you all night. And Jones is getting all the glory with all the touchdown runs. I'm sure Womack would like to have at least 1.
4 touchdowns for Jones. 1 for Williams on the pass. And those are the 5 TDs on the board. 5:25 to go in the 4th quarter. And 2nd and goal, we'll call it the 1-yard line. 1.5 yards away. Jones to the right side. It's another touchdown. And he's untouched as he sweeps right. Jones with 5 on the night.
That play just so hard to defend. We've seen that a couple of times on a couple of the Jones touchdowns here. You're so close to that goal line playing. A sweep is just, Jones has too much speed to get to the corner. It's so hard to defend. And he gets his 5th touchdown of the night.
5:13 to go in the game. 1-yard touchdown run. Kenny Jones, and another extra point for David Willings. He's 5 for 5, and this time a bad snap. He throws the ball near the line. It's tipped around, and it falls incomplete. Back near the 25-yard line, the kicker Willings just fired it into the air, a jump ball down inside the 5. And
interesting turn of events there, the bobbled snap, which you see happen from time to time. But normally if you see the kicker out there trying to recover the ball, either he just falls on it or maybe kicks it out of bounds so the defense can't pick it up and run, which I'm not sure. I don't think they get anything if they pick it up on the extra point try anyhow. But
41-14 the score now. 5:13 to go. Another touchdown for Alton. 3 touchdowns in the second half, all from Jones. So 3 touchdowns in each half for the Redbirds. 6 scores on the night. It's 41-14 with 5:13 to go in the game. And in just a little while, we are headed to Roxana for that Freeburg Roxana Shells game. So stay tuned for that. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton just after 9 o'clock on this Friday night. Opening Friday night for football.
What do I have to do to sell you a car today?
Stop by Roberts Motors in Alton, Illinois.
Getting these guys prepped for their conference schedule.
Kickoff for the Redbirds goes to Quincy, and they return it out over the 20 to the 22-yard line. Returned by Shane Kenny, number 34. And Blue Devils ball again with just 5 minutes to go in the game.
And with this deficit for Quincy, obviously too much to overcome. Imagine some backups might be getting some mop-up time here.
Redbirds on defense. Quincy 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line.
I think we got a new quarterback into the game for Quincy. James LaFew.
LaFew, number 7,
Yes.
6'1" senior. And he's under center now with split backs behind him. Wing T is going to throw the ball. Rolls left, throws it, and it is caught by Fairbend, and he grabs it at the 40 out to the 45-yard line. Nice athletic grab by 82.
Yeah, there was an article about him. Yeah, we talked about how he's so big and has that ability to go over the middle and just kind of post guys up, and that was a perfect demonstration of that there. Just kind of sits down in the middle and throw it up and let him grab it out of the air for you. And how about a pass by the backup quarterback going 1-for-1 here on his first attempt?
About 23 yards out to the 45. It's 1st and 10 for Quincy now. And this time it will be Taylor leaning forward. Ryan Taylor to the 48-yard line.
Interesting that the Quincy team has dropped back to pass several more times than the Alton team, but in all of these times you really haven't seen them take a shot deep. Being down by as much as they had, you'd think that at least keeping the defense honest and taking a shot down there would, kind of spread the defense out a little more, but they're just using the dink and dunk method and completing the passes and slowly moving the chains.
2nd down and about 4 after a gain of 6 there on that pass. To Taylor.
Play action pass here.
Rolling left, throwing deep this time, but two defenders there, and now a flag flies too with some contact apparently by the Redbird defenders on the Quincy receiver. It was 2-on-1.
Yeah, a little bit of bumping. Can't do that. Gotta keep your hands off until the ball is can make a play on the ball or until the receiver touches the ball. And there was that shot deep that I was just talking about by Quincy. Couldn't come up with anything though, but they will get to move it up 15 yards for the pass interference call.
45 yards in penalties now for Alton. The last 2 15-yarders, personal fouls. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 with the penalty. And Quincy now up to 15 first downs. Alton with 26 first downs, it looks like. And again, 6 touchdowns for the Redbirds on opening night.
5 coming from Kenny Jones has really looked impressive here tonight, along with his counterpart, Jacoby Womack.
And at the 34-yard line of Alton, LaFew turns, rolls left again, completes a pass into the red zone, just inside the 20, maybe stepped out right at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
I know they completed the pass play there, but you got the wide side of the field to your right side. You make your right-handed quarterback roll left, throw across his body. I don't see why the coach doesn't just flip that play, run it to the right side. It's more natural. And possibly could have had some extra room to cut up field, maybe get some extra yardage there.
About 14 yards on that completion, and the quarterback in relief at 3 for 3, and he's going to roll to the right. And this time he overthrows the intended receiver, and one of those, the fullback, Ryan Taylor, out here.
So backup quarterback with his first incomplete pass. He's came in and done nothing but throw the ball and looked really well doing it, actually, here late in the game. First incomplete pass there.
And the clock now at 3:37 to go in the game. Again, the Shells and the Oilers both opening at home tonight. Marquette here at the stadium tomorrow night against Metro East Lutheran. CM on the road at DuQuoin tonight. Next week, CM's home opener. That's against Herron, Illinois, in Bethalto. Here's the shotgun, and they'll hand it to Taylor, and he is going to be knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard or 2.
Nowhere to go that time for Taylor. The Redbird defense not fooled by the draw play. As the clock continues to tick here, Quincy just trying to make this a little bit more respectable, seeing if they can't put some more points up on the board.
3:09 to go. Lots of folks have headed for the exits throughout this fourth quarter, and now heading for the exits some more here. Just a couple of minutes to go in the game, and the Redbirds well on their way to a 1-0 start at 41-14 right now. Quarterback throws it. It is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver this time. Incomplete.
Nice defense that time by the Redbirds to break up the pass. Looked like that was
Fairbend again, maybe.
Fairbend again for as the receiver. But I think that was Hodges on the defensive play there.
And it will be fourth down. Fourth down and about a dozen. They need to get down to the 10-yard line.
We imagine they're definitely going for it here. See what they can get. See what they can do. Short of a first down, you imagine the Redbirds are just going to continue to run and run out the clock.
Well, they spread out the offense. 3 receivers, trips to the near side, spread out the defense too, and they're going to throw to the other side, and a man open, and he makes the grab. It's a touchdown for Quincy, and it will be a 23-yard touchdown pass, and it goes to the far side, and Quincy on the board again, 41-20 now.
Beautiful pass there by the backup quarterback, James LaFew. Just looking to the left side. Nice tight spiral to the corner, and touchdown for Quincy through the air on fourth down. And now they're only 3 scores away. You got to figure they're going for an onside kick here to see if they can pull something out and possibly get the ball back. The way LaFew's looked, throwing the ball through the air, I mean, he could get a couple of quick scores for you if they can get the ball back, so we'll see what happens. They're going to go for 2 as well. I don't understand that call.
Well, they will hand the ball off to Kinney, and he scores over the right side. The 2-point conversion is good. And so that makes it a 41-22 game with 2:42 remaining. Fourth quarter, back with the final 2:42 in a moment.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agency certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
Hi, George Weber. As we watch this year's Olympic Games and root for the world's top athletes, the Weber Chevrolet family wants to offer some encouragement to the terrific men and women representing our country. You are the best of the best. We know how hard you have worked. Win or lose, we are proud of you, and you are all truly winners. Even though you are half a world away, we are with you through every sprint, jump, and dive. And we sing along with you when you stand on that medal stand listening to the national anthem. So from all of us at Weber Chevrolet, go Team USA.
Kenny Jones again for Alton. The big story tonight with those 5 touchdowns. And unofficially, Jones at 164 yards, Womack 134 yards. And the Redbirds running wild here on opening night again.
Alton lined up to receive a kick as if they're going to kick it deep. I would think Quincy would attempt an onside here if they want to maybe give it a shot, but looks like they're lined up to kick it away.
It is a kick to the 15-yard line. And jumping up over the 30, 35-yard line goes Jacoby Womack on the return. Womack out near the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Alton, and they'll run out the last 2.5 minutes of the game and then get ready for a road game at Cahokia Friday night, week 2.
Yeah, 1 first down, and that's going to be about it for the Redbirds, as they'll take the first game of the season. And it's always nice to get that first W under your belt in the home opener and take this show on the road and see if they can run the ball as effective in Cahokia next week.
Redbirds run over the right side, up over the 40 to about the 42-yard line. A gain of 4 yards for the Redbirds that time for number 4, Brian Proctor, a sophomore.
Williams is the quarterback for Alton, is sitting down for the remainder of this one, and Darian Scruggs, the backup QB, sophomore, a 6-footer into the game. Running the offense now in the final 2 minutes.
Gain of about 4 yards there once again, and we're now at 1:54 to go, and now flag flies. We'll see if they took too much time. Delay of game on 2nd down and 6. Or it's on Quincy, it looks like. So they'll move the ball near midfield at 2nd down and 1.
That will stop the clock while the whistle blew as it resumes now. Alton, a couple more plays, and this one will be over.
As you mentioned, another first down will do it. 2nd down, and
Quincy wasn't supposed to help him get closer, though.
Nope, 2nd and 1. And now they'll hand the ball off. There's a first down up to the 50-yard line. The ball loose, though. It rolls right to the Quincy defender, and he'll pick it up and run the other way to the 20, 15, down near the 10-yard line as the ball comes loose. And Jake Reed, number 38, a linebacker, picked it up, and he was off to the races.
Coach Hook's not going to be too happy about that ball being put on the ground because this could seriously change some things here. A quick pass into the end zone. A really short field for Quincy. We saw what they were able to do last time they had the ball a little bit further out than this, and touchdown to the left corner of the end zone. One score and then an onside kick. You never know what could happen, but not a whole lot of time left. Quincy with 2 timeouts still remaining.
2 fumbles for the Redbirds lost now. One in the 2nd quarter, now one late in the 4th. 1:20 to go in the game.
And some subs came in on offense. We still got a lot of the starters out there on defense, though. Jarvis Smith playing the deep safety.
There's a pitch to Kenny. Kenny over the left side, down near the 5-yard line, close to it anyway, and that's a gain of about 7 or 8 yards.
Surprised we didn't see a quick pass there, because a quick score could have really gotten the Blue Devils right back into this game. They would have been down 2 scores. And an onside kick. You never know what can happen. Seen crazier things.
We're under a minute to go now, though. We have 9 touchdowns in this game. 6 for the Alton Redbirds. Now they'll run it up the middle, and Ryan Taylor inside the 5, maybe to the 4-yard line, and maybe just one more play to go before we call it a night here on opening night. 30 seconds left in the game. 3rd down and a couple. 3rd and 2 from just inside the 5-yard line. From the Alton 5, Quincy rolling back, looking, throwing. It is knocked away by Jarvis Smith as he got his hand in there and knocked it away from the receiver at the goal line.
Nice defense there by Smith. Just making sure that he gets his hand in front of it. He doesn't try to pick it off or anything. Just simply knock it down, go back to the huddle. And again, Quincy having their right-handed quarterback roll left. I'm not really sure about that, but that time did not work. And it looks like we're going to have one more play here with 15 seconds to go. The Redbirds are going to be excited about this home opening win.
Well, now it's 4th down and just 15 seconds to go. And now the entire offensive line jumps before the snap. Left side, right side, and that's a motion penalty on the offense. So back to about the 9-yard line.
Even some of the backs in the backfield jumped. Maybe the quarterback had called for a different cadence count or something at the line, and it looked like everybody jumped but the quarterback and center.
So now a timeout is called on the field with 15 seconds to go. It is 4th down, remember, 4th and about 7. And back near the 10-yard line as Quincy has one more play and probably call it a night. That should be about it with a 41-22 score right now. Alton with a commanding lead. They had 3 touchdowns in the first half, led 21-6. 3 more touchdowns in the second half for the Redbirds, and they have 41 on the board. They lead at 41-22.
Tell you, Coach Joe Hook will take 3 touchdowns a half all season long, I'm sure.
And 6 on the night.
Yeah.
6 touchdowns tonight, 5 again for Kenny Jones. But Jacoby Womack, Devin Williams, and the defense, everybody deserves a lot of credit tonight. Special teams, nothing breaking down there really, and everything looking good for an opening night.
Yeah, really, you can't complain. There's, a couple of offensive penalties that are to be expected, just one false start and a couple of holding penalties. And defensively, they've looked pretty solid against the run, maybe a tad vulnerable against the pass.
Here's a pass, and it is incomplete at the 5-yard line, underthrown to the receiver, and that means it will go to the Redbirds with 9 seconds to go at 4th down. Incompletion will turn over to Alton. They'll run one play, and that'll be the ball game tonight. Redbirds will start 1-0, and their first road game of the year will be Friday at Cahokia. But again, we mentioned teams like the Shells and the Oilers get another home game next week. Back-to-back weeks at home for those teams: Roxana, Marquette, Wood River. Redbirds home tonight. They'll take a knee. The quarterback drops to a knee, and that's the ball game. 41-22. Alton back with a post game to wrap things up from Public School Stadium here on opening night. After this, you're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tap. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tap, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
The Alton Redbirds on opening night beating Quincy. The final score 41-22. The Redbirds with 21 points in the first half, 20 more points in the second half, and they win it with 6 touchdowns tonight on opening night, Trevor.
Yeah, a good way to start off the season for the Redbirds. Can't say enough about the efforts of Jacoby Womack and Kenny Jones tonight. Jones, of course, with 5 touchdown runs, each with over 150 yards or right around that on the ground for the pair of those running backs. And if you're Coach Joe Hook, you have to like what you saw here tonight. A couple of offensive penalties, not that too much to worry about. Defensively, they held pretty strong. Seemed a bit vulnerable against the pass, but that could be because they continuously stack 8 men in the box, so that gives them a bit of a zone to throw at here in the secondary. But overall, you got to like winning by 3 touchdowns and the efforts by the offensive and defensive lines. And if you're Quincy, you made this long trip. It's going to be a long ride home tonight, but if you have a bright spot to look at, it'd have to be the fullback, Ryan Taylor, who really put this team on his shoulders and did the bulk of the work on the offensive end for them tonight. And now you just go back to work, and Monday come back and you get ready for Cahokia now if you're the Alton Redbirds.
Well, the Alton Redbirds win it 41-22, and again, you go back to Kenny Jones, about 160 yards rushing. He scores at least 1 touchdown in every quarter. He had a touchdown in the first quarter. He also scored in the second, a couple in the third, and 1 in the fourth for 5 touchdowns on the night. And again, Jacoby Womack doing a lot of damage too. Both 100-yard rushing nights tonight. They combine for almost 300 yards, just those two here tonight, and that's the story.
And having those wingbacks on opposite sides, if they can be this effective and all of their games throughout the season, that really throws a wrench in what the defense is wanting to do and gives them fits, because the way they use that motion, and then you start seeing the motion, you think it's going to go around that side, and the next thing you know, they use that counter tray with the inside handoff. As they get the defense moving one way, they run it the opposite way, and Womack did a really good job of that a few times tonight, breaking some runs over 20 yards. And it's a pretty damaging threat, this running back duo they've got. And with the offensive line, as long as they can stay healthy, there may be some people in the Southwestern Conference that needs to look out for these two guys.
That's Trevor Shaw. My name is Brent Birkland, and we thank you for tuning in to the Alton Redbirds home opener here in 2008 from Public School Stadium. Our final score once again, the Alton Redbirds 41, the Quincy Blue Devils 22. For now, we say so long, everybody.